Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Power Season 5, Episode 9. So, happy Labor Day to all of the American workers out there. Having a day off, I'm telling you, is great. I am so glad to be off. And, yes, Monday. You guys aren't getting this video on Sunday because I wanted to enjoy my weekend. I had some events and things that I was going to be a part of, and I didn't feel like doing no video. So, you guys get the actual Power review on Monday, the day after the show airs, like I normally do my videos. Anyway, you guys, good episode. Looks like they're gonna round up this season quite nicely. The good thing about Power, and this is, me, in my in my writer mind, the good thing about this show is they will definitely give us some answers. They will definitely wrap up some storylines, and that gives the viewer a little bit of reprieve. Like, sometimes these shows can go on and on. They just compound one problem on top of another, and nothing ever gets resolved. So the next thing you know, you 6-7 seasons in, and it's still shit that you got questions about. That's how you end up losing viewers, and that is one thing that on Power, they will give us what we want eventually. Okay, so I can appreciate them for that. This was a good episode. Wrapped up a lot of things, you guys. So the Power review, let's get to it, shall we? All right, so you guys know the Kanan massacre is all over the news, and Tariq is watching it at home, feeling guilty, I'm sure, for what has happened. He's hearing his parents and Tommy in the other room arguing about the fact that Ghost didn't know nothing, that they put Tariq in danger. Tasha was just trying to explain to Ghost they did what they had to do because he wasn't fucking listening. Tommy and Ghost both was like, but you still could have fucked up. Tariq goes in there and says, look, I did what I had to do. Mom didn't have nothing to do with it. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Kanan already told me he was never going back to jail. So I figured it was going to go down like that. I cared about Kanan, but I went on ahead and took a loss so that you guys can win. It was like, you ain't won nothing, fool. You could have got killed, but he didn't. Ghost was like, you know what? You taking your ass back to school. And I said, see, this is the whole problem with Ghost and Tasha. They so fucking distracted. Now, I understand there's a whole lot going on, but you need to keep your eye on Tariq. And the fact that you guys keep on wanting to send him off when obviously this boy is running the fuck amok out there. No, you can't go nowhere. As a matter of fact, you gonna go with me everywhere. Fuck, he know all the business halfway anyway. So let that nigga go with you, sit in the car. I'd handcuff his motherfucking ass to the wheel. But Ghost is like, no, you going back to school. So when he's taking him and then he's taking him to the train. Like, you didn't even take him actually to the school and make sure he walked in the door. You're going to drop him off at the train. And he's trying to tell Tariq, how he just wants to protect him. And Tariq's mouthy ass is telling him that this is who he is now. Ghost was like, what do you want from me? And he says, teach me the motherfucking game, Ghost. I was like, what? This motherfucker did not just say that to his daddy. Okay. At that moment, you definitely ain't going back to school. First of all, you cussing to me like this? You calling me by my street name? You all up in my face, mean mugging? Nigga, I wanted Ghost to bust that fool in his chest so hard. I was just like, Ghost was just like, you know what, I'd rather die before I let you do this street shit. But it's the whole thing is, Ghost, he already doing it. And why don't you know that, considering he's been such ace boon coons with oh my God, he was so close to Kanan, and why don't you see that this boy is not who you thought he was? Ghost gonna let him go on to school, I'm about to miss my train. And then, of course, Ghost just walks off because he's so dumbfounded, and Tariq doesn't even get on the train, walks back out, leaves. Okay, we see he goes to Vincent's. Vincent was just like, what you doing here? He was telling Vincent how he want to, do what his boy Kanan was doing. And he got the shit on lock up at the school, but, he got this other weight that Kanan had that he don't know how to move. He gonna need help with it. So Vincent, he sees him, and he already trusts him because he already know how to talk Italian. So he said, we'll just give it a one-shot deal, see how it goes. Tariq was like, cool, where I can get a fake ID. We think he's gonna get this fake ID, for some dastardly deed, but he needs a fake ID because he wants to go and get the ashes of Kanan. Claims him as his father. Kanan doesn't have any other family, so Tariq is his honorary child, I suppose. At the prosecution, You know, they all upset because now it looks like, well, Tasha was telling the truth. All of that she said about Kanan and the gun and all of that was the truth. But they still want to try to connect Angela some way. Tamika was like, look, we don't have any proof. So I'm going to let y'all know, like I said before, you need to fucking drop it. Look, we going to go down trying to trap her. Okay? So, like I said before, let her go. Angela's getting ready for work and there's a knock at the door and it is Ghost. He is mad. Why didn't you tell me? You guys put Tariq in danger. She was like, look, I was trying to tell you that Andre was the wrong person to frame. You did not want to listen. He's mad because, you know, that was Tasha's beef. They had nothing else to do, but she was just like, he was the right person to do. He was just like, but innocent people got killed. You know, my way, drug dealers and murderers get killed. Well, isn't that what Kanan is? Okay, so you win some, you lose some, Ghost. She's telling him how, look, we are in the clear for now. You know what? Tariq is safe. I did this so we can start over. But Ghost ain't too sure about that. Since Tamika told Overly Dedicated the first chair that, you know what, the shit ain't gonna happen, they go over to Teresi's house. You know, again, he like, what? Y'all keep on coming over here. I told you not to. They don't give a fuck. Look, we gonna tell that you've been telling us shit by the end of this week if you don't give us something on Tommy and Ghost. You know, Teresi trying to tell him how Connie took a turn for the worse and she's in hospice. They don't give a fuck. We said Ghost and Tommy and Angela. And just so that he know they mean business, they show him pictures that they have of them talking to him, you know, out by the waters. Get a story and get it quick or these is going out. Okay, first chair. Stop fucking around, old man. Okay, just as evil. I was just like, oh, that first chair is something else, ain't he? Now, Tommy, he with Keisha. And Keisha, you know, still complaining about how, you know, she had to lie to the police and she don't want to do that no more. And Tommy was like, look, Keisha, if we gonna be together, you just gotta know that it might happen again. She was just like, well, if you tell me and tell me the truth, then it'll be my choice. You know, Tasha didn't give her any choices. She's so fucking stupid. I swear she is the most annoying character on this show. She's so clueless of the shit that Tasha has to go through to be who Tasha is. She's so fucking jealous. She just wants to be the dope girl for some, you know, major hitter in the drug dealing game, but don't realize all that you have to deal with to do it. She was all like, you know, I know you move weight and everything, but you ain't never killed nobody, have you? How about nobodies? Okay? Tommy has done quite a bit of killing out there, and you are dumb enough to not... Oh, she gets on my nerves. Okay. Tommy just looks at her like, well, you know what? Some things are better left unsaid. And of course, Dre got problems of his own. Okay, Alicia's mad. Like, you know what? You got my fucking brother's head in the freezer? Okay, I'm gonna have to prove that, you know, to my enemies out there that I can still be out on these streets and they gonna come after me. Dre says, yeah, you know, I know it was a setback, but I got it under control. She was like, you ain't got shit under control. Your enemies are 2 steps ahead of you. Since you got everything under control, what's going on with the Bass Group? Are you going to Paris? Are you about to be the international general manager? He's like, yeah, well, that's on hold until, you know, things, you know, die down. She was like, my business never goes on hold. And since you can't do shit around here right, Cristobal is in charge. And he was like, what? And she was like, that's right. You work for him now. Now, Angela is trying to convince the team that they need to go on and hit up Alicia Jimenez now that the door is open. The window of opportunity is very small, but it's open and we need to go in right now while we can. The team ain't really with it. Tamika not really sure if she should do that, you know, so she was just like, you need to hit the streets and find out exactly what you can. Okay, and let me know later on today. So everybody hits the streets trying to figure out what they can. Okay, Overly Dedicated and First Chair go talk to Proctor and tell him that they want him to wear a wire and get some information on Angela from Ghost. And of course, they tell him that if he don't do it, then he's going to lose his daughter to his crackhead ex-wife. Proctor is just like, all right, if I did decide to do it, I need a guarantee that, you know, all of this will go away. And that's a guarantee no matter what he says, if it helps you or if it doesn't. Okay, so they tell him that they will. And Angela, she goes and talks to Dre. He was just like, I already talked to the police, so why are you here? She was just like, you know, it ain't looking too good for you, Andre. You need to go on and give up Alicia Jimenez because we already know that you a dead man walking on these streets. And if you don't get killed on the streets, your ass gonna go to jail and get the needle. He was all, I know stuff about you and Ghost. She was like, everybody know about me and Ghost. Okay, what else is new? I might lose my job. Yeah, I know that already, but you might die. Okay, which one you think is worse? I'm telling you right now, I'm going to give you witness protection. It's a one-shot deal. Okay, go on and give me what you know about Alicia, and you'll be good. So she done put a little bit on old Dre's head to think about. So later on, Cristobal comes by Dre's office, and, you know, Dre is all like, hey, you know, everything is good. Cristobal was like, I was just making sure you was good. You know, I didn't want the job. Alicia's the one who told me, and Dre was like, no, you know what, if it can't be me, it might as well be you. You know, pours him a little drink, you know, and Cristobal tells him how he think Alicia like him, you know, and that she gonna give him some at the, what was it, the Richberry or something like that, some hotel that she's got for the night. Dre was like, what? You gonna give you a little bit of that old Poppy Chulo, huh? Dre thinking in his brain like, ding, 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 now I know where she gonna be tonight. I said, Andre, don't look like you got much choice these days, do you? Okay, y'all think Drake gonna die this season? We might still get him for one more season. I still don't think he gonna die this season, y'all. Anyway, after he gets that information, he goes and surprises Angela at her apartment. You know, she's all like, and he's like, yeah, you don't remember I dropped you off over here when I was working as a driver for Ghost. She get her footing back and she was like, so you got the information, you gonna come tell me something, otherwise you gonna be dead. Which one is it gonna be, Dre? I better be safe. And she says, you are. And he says, okay, there's a drop tonight at the Richberry. You know, Alicia got a suite there. She's gonna be meeting her distro. Angela was like, distro? I thought you was a distro. Damn it, are you gonna go get her or not? Okay, all right. Let me go on and do this, and if it all checks out, okay, you gonna be safe in witness protection. And it goes down exactly like Dre said. You know, Alicia and Cristobal is at the hotel, and you know, they about to get busy, and right when they start kissing, what was this? The whole time she had her mouth open, I was like, I bet you he probably like, I do not fucking want to kiss this woman, and her mouth open the whole fucking time. Like, did she think that was sexy? The whole time, his whole face was all in her mouth. These people need to learn how to do a fucking sex scene, okay? Can't nobody do a sex scene like 718. Oh, rest in peace to my boo. Anyways, right when the shit is getting hot and heavy and they laying on the bed and kissing, she gets a phone call. She answers it. Nobody says anything. She realizes that something about to go down, and next thing you know, all the feds come busting in and they arrest her. Okay, of course, here come that old pan face Angela. Okay, with this look on her face like, you going down, and you ain't getting out of this one. Okay, you gonna rot in jail. Okay, and Alicia tells her to go to hell. Oh, Angela's just about orgasmic with her win. Of course, she goes back to the office and everybody's all congratulating her on the biggest win of her career, and she just smiling and everything while she's standing there in front of everybody getting her congratulatory handshakes. We see First Chair and Overly Dedicated walking in with this old slimy look on this face. You could tell they up to some shit. So when she gets a chance, she sneaks off to one of their offices and looks through their files and sees the picture of Teresi and Overly Dedicated and First Chair talking. Okay, so she takes some pictures of it, and then she take it on back to the office, and she calls First Chair in there, you know, and she's like, I am your boss. I'm not going any damn where. Okay, who is your CI? Okay, your confidential informant. He finally tells her that it is Teresi, who is also Tommy's father, you know, who's out of jail. And Teresi could be the one potentially to be telling all the damn business. Well, you know, Angela knows that this is not good. Now, jumping over to James, we see him meeting up with Councilman Tate. And Councilman Tate was like, look, I ain't gonna be running over here every time you call for me. I was like, yeah, it looks like you are, though. Jay was like, I found out that we hit our financial goals even though you did not tell me. He's like, oh yeah, I was gonna call you. He said, no, you wasn't, but that don't matter. Yeah, I want to have a big press, you know, a press media thing, and I want kids there, and I want cameras there. You know, he wants all this fanfare. And Councilman Tate says, well, you know what, I was gonna wait, because Councilman Tate wants to kind of wrap it all around the fact that he's gonna be running for governor. Okay, they can get more press, more eyes on it then. Okay, so let's just hold out for now. And Ghost says, okay, we'll hold out for now. I'm still wondering what's gonna go on with Councilman Tate and Ghost. Like, it seems like it's a story that they haven't given enough attention to, and what is up with Councilman Tate? Okay, is the motherfucker dirty or not? All right, he feels very dirty, but we still don't have nothing on him. So Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out. Sammy's contact, the one that's running the business through the jails, he's telling Tommy and Sammy and Teresi how they had some problems and almost couldn't get the product in the jail, okay? And it might be a fucking snitch amongst us. Sammy was just like, wait the fucking minute, like, whoa. This shit we've been doing this for years. Why all of a sudden is it a problem, okay? Sammy thinks that Tommy is the one that's snitching. And Teresi was like, why would Tommy snitch on his own business, okay? This is his thing. It don't make no fucking sense. But Sammy is like, somebody around here is saying some shit. So Teresi, you know, trying to cool everything down after he get rid of Sammy's boy, you know, he tells Sammy, you know, cool down, keep a cool head, and, you know, everything's gonna be fine. And Sammy was like, don't fucking tell me no shit like that. This conversation is not over. All right, because Sammy got his good eye on Teresi and Tommy. Damn it, something ain't right. Later on at the warehouse, Tommy is showing his dad about, you know, all of his product, how he came about it, you know, being in contact with the Serbs, you know, all the shit that happened with Milan, and of course Teresi just soaking it all in, okay, even asked, you know, what Ghost has to do with it, and Tommy was like, Ghost don't have shit to do with none of this. Speak of the devil, who should walk in but Ghost. Ghost wants to talk to Tommy, but not around Teresi. Teresi is like, oh, I'm just gonna go off, you know, everything is cool, but Tommy's pissed. You can't come in here ordering people around who can be around when you talk. And Ghost was like, I'm not never gonna talk in front of him, Tommy. I'm here to make sure that we good, okay? Tommy was like, I mean, I guess we good. If Tasha and Tariq said it was on them and you didn't know anything, then I guess I don't have no choice but to believe it. And Ghost was like, you don't have no choice. And he was like, look, I don't know you. I don't know what I can trust from you. Shit. I can't worry about you right now. Go worry about your damn son, Tariq. Okay? Ghost was like, yeah, Tariq is fucked up. Okay? No doubt about that, but can't worry about Tariq right now. Ghost trying to warn him about his dad. Okay? This shit that you got running here with your dad, when it goes down, and you know it will, okay, they come after you. I want you to keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. And Tommy says gladly. He hopes to never have to say the words Ghost again. I don't know why Tommy keep on going back and forth with Ghost. You know that's your family, boy. Stop it. Now back at the house, Sammy and Teresi is having lunch. And Sammy is just like, look, you're going to have to turn Tommy in. Okay? Because all this shit that's going on, this shit don't sound right. Teresi was like, you know, you took the words right out of my mouth. You know, he gonna turn him into the feds, yada, 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 bim, bam, boom. And Sammy was just like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Because Sammy about sick of all this shit to begin with. But when Teresi gets a call from First Chair and Overly Dedicated, like, hey, we ain't heard from you in a while, but bruh, what you got for us? Teresi goes on and tells them how Ghost was the one that ordered the hit on Mike Sandoval. And how he you know, fixed all that up in jail. And they were like, well, what about Tommy? And he says, well, Tommy had nothing to do with it. I don't have no information on Tommy. He clean. He ain't did nothing. Sammy overhears him. Okay, so when he gets off the phone, Sammy's like, what the fuck is going on here? You just went and pinned all that shit on Ghost when we know that it was a hit that Tommy ordered. Teresi trying to explain to Sammy what he trying to do here, and then in walks Tommy. All right, and Tommy is just like, what the fuck is going on? You know, sees them two arguing. And Sammy was like, I tell you what's going on. Your father. And child, why you say that? That damn Teresi, they had no choice but to pick up the big ass knife that he was cutting vegetables up with. And child just stab up old Sammy. And Tommy is just standing there looking like, what the fuck is going on? Teresi was like, that's the rat. He was the one that was snitching. And Tommy was just like, he's the snitch after all these years. Okay, it don't make no sense to Tommy. And Teresi was like, yeah, that was him. Okay, so what you gonna do? You need to help me get rid of this body. And Tommy got this look on his face of confusion, but you know what? Whatever dear dad says. Jumping over to Ghost, Angela goes over to the club, and she was just like, did you know that Teresi is Tommy's daddy and that he out of jail? And Ghost said, yeah, I knew that. And she was like, okay, well, we got problems. She shows him the pictures, and he was like, I fucking knew it. He talking to the feds. What does he know? Does he know about us? And Ghost says he knows a lot about all of us. Okay, well, then this is a problem. You need to let Tommy know. Ghost was like, Tommy is not going to believe me. She was like, well, make the nigga believe you, damn. So now Ghost has a plan. He goes over to Vincent's. Okay, and Vincent was like, you got your nerve showing up over here considering what you did. And Ghost was like, oh, Kanan said that I was wrapped up in some shit, huh? Well, it ain't true. But look, we can't discuss that right now. I'm here to let you know about Teresi. He shows him the pictures of Teresi talking to the federal agents. Vincent is just like, okay, so why don't you tell Tommy? And Ghost was like, well, me and Tommy ain't on the best of terms right now. He probably ain't gonna believe me. And Vincent was like, well, we ain't on the best of terms right now either. He was like, no, you go on and tell him about this. And if he kills Teresi, then that'll make you guys' business operations back on track. Okay, and then after it's done, you can tell him whatever the fuck you want. Even though Vincent and Ghost don't see eye to eye, you know, Vincent can't help but understand that a rat on the street is never good, and especially not a rat that comes from their family. Something has to be done with Teresi. Jumping back over to overly dedicated in first chair, it comes a time where Proctor's gonna be meeting with Ghost. They giving him the wire, and they was like, make sure you get information on Angela. You know, they telling him all that he needs to do. He was like, look, where's my damn paperwork say that I'm gonna be clear if I give all this information? And they give it to him. He signs it. He said, let me hold on to this for protection. Okay, because I don't know what y'all might do. They was like, well, what if Ghost search you? He said, well, if he search me, he gonna find the wire. Don't you think that'll be a whole lot worse? So, yeah, Proctor goes into the club and talks to Ghost. You know, Ghost was like, well, all of a sudden you just be popping up over here. And, you know, Proctor was just telling him, like, I'm just here, you know, we don't even work together no more. Remember, I am not your lawyer. You have not retained me or anything. Ghost was like, yeah, so you want to check, huh? And then he was like, no, that ain't what I'm here for. Okay, I'm here to get you on this wire. Ghost was like, okay, well, Proctor, you know, you always gonna be family. Whenever shit happens, whenever I get in trouble, who do I turn to? I turn to you. And when he said that, Proctor was like, you know what, you right. And I think that reminded Proctor that the bullshit that he was about to do was not right. Okay, so he writes down on a napkin that he's wearing a wire. And of course, Ghost is like, so he starts asking him questions about Sandoval and who might know about him being in that facility. Ghost is saying that, you know, he didn't know and blah, blah, blah. And then Proctor says, well, do you think that Angela Valdez would know? You know, Ghost was like, you motherfucker. He want to say it so bad, but he just throw a piece of paper at him like, fuck. I said, somebody better go back and pick up that little piece of paper that says I'm wearing a wire. You know, you can't have no loose strings around here. But anyway, Ghost pretty much clears Angela, says that Angela didn't know nothing. He didn't know nothing. Proctor says, so what you saying is neither one of y'all knew anything about Mike Sandoval? No, nothing. After they finish their conversation, you know, Proctor unplugs the wire, and that Ghost almost beat his ass right there, okay? Like, what the fuck is this about? You know, got him almost hanging over the ledge, and Proctor was like, look, it's the feds, they are all over me. They all over Angela. They are trying to bring her down. They get enough pressure on her, she is going to flip on your ass, okay? I don't know how many times I got to tell you about this bitch. Something about her magical pussy got you all crazy. But you need to choose yourself over her because she gonna take your ass down. Ghost was like, so what are you gonna tell the feds? And he was like, I'm not gonna tell them anything. The question is, what is Angela telling them? Okay, you better get your life right, Ghost. Get it right quick. Everybody keeps wondering if Proctor is going to get killed. I don't think Proctor is going to get killed simply for the fact that they need Proctor for the legal side. Okay, Proctor is the only tie-in to what is going on behind the scenes in the prosecution's office, because Angela don't necessarily tell Ghost everything, and so Proctor is the tie. So if they got rid of him, they would have to rely too much on Angela, and it wouldn't work. So that's why I believe that Proctor is going to stay along, at least for the next season. Now, as far as Vincent telling Tommy about his daddy, you know, he calls Tommy down there, and, you know, Tommy's like, what am I doing here? I know this ain't something just to shoot the shits. Nope. Not a shoot the shits visit. Vincent tells him that his dad is a rat. You know, Tommy, what did you just say about my father? He was like, your dad is a snitch. Shows him pictures of Teresi talking to overly dedicated in first chair, and, you know, tells him that you're going to have to kill him. You know, Tommy was like, do you know what you asking me? That's my father. Even though when he looked at the picture, he was like, I know this motherfucker talking about first chair, I believe. And Vincent was like, no, this ain't no request. This is an order from the family. You're going to have to kill him. And if you try to protect him, I don't give a fuck if he's your father or not. If you try to protect him, then you going to get killed too. So, now that the family knows, you know, Tommy is smart enough to understand, okay, he is a street boy. Next, we see him in the car with Teresi. He taking Teresi to go see Connie in the hospice. Tommy got that same look on his face that he had when he was talking to Holly. He was like, hey, Dad, you never told me how you got out of jail, okay? And Teresi come up with some old cockamamie story about, you know, some dirty prosecutor or whatever. Tommy was like, yeah, you know, I checked out that story, though. It don't check out. And Teresi was like, well, who you been talking to? And Tommy was like, no, the question is, who you been talking to? Well, I think now we know exactly what the situation is. You know, Teresi looking like, oh shit. Right when he starts to try to apologize to Tommy, Tommy says, you know, this necklace here with this ring on, this is of somebody that I really used to love. Okay, she ain't around no more. And I'm gonna let you guess why, but you go on and see your wife. We'll finish this conversation when you get back out. Alright, so Teresi got that look of dread on his face like, oh, well, it's time to pay the piper. He goes inside and he sees Connie. She's in the bed and he's all, marrying you was the best thing I ever did. She was like, oh my God, what's going on? Okay, Tommy knows? Yep, Tommy knows. Okay, she was like, well, and that boy would go through hell and high water for you. And he was like, but I'm not gonna give him up. He thought he could do it, but he can't do it. And so she's happy. This is going to be fixed. But, you know, obviously Connie ain't thinking straight because there is no forgiveness when it comes to shit like this. But, yeah. Baby, I'll see you tomorrow. I said, I don't think so. But, you know, go on and keep her hopeful. Gives her a kiss on her head. And, you know, he walks on out the room. He has an opportunity to run. Sees the exit sign, but he doesn't. Damn it. Even if he did run now, he would not live on the streets. The family is after him. He has to assume that if Tommy knows that if they don't know yet, they will know eventually. Nope. Gotta take it like a man. He goes and gets in the car. He's trying to explain to Tommy, you know, how he's the best thing that ever happened to him. He's proud of him as a father. And Tommy was just like, yeah, I could be the son, but you could never be the father. Tommy is so disgusted with Teresi. Teresi thinks that they're going to Vincent's. Tommy's like, no, I'm going to take you home. They get on back to the house and, you know, Teresi is packing his bag and he looks inside and he sees his gun, has another opportunity to protect himself. But you know what? Ain't nothing he can do at this point. Damn it, you done killed your best friend. You was gonna snitch on your son. You lied to get out of jail. You got the family thinking that you a rat, you know. It's it. That's it. When he stands and he's talking to Tommy and telling Tommy how proud of him he is, and Tommy pulls out his gun, he just opens his arms like, okay, like, what we gonna do? And Tommy shoots him 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, quick, painless, I would think. And then Tommy gather him on up and take him down to the cemetery where he took Tommy to show him where he was going to get buried next to Connie. Okay, lays him up on his side of the plot. And leaves him there. And then poor Tommy is driving in his car looking heartbroken. Yet another person that he had to kill that he was in love with. Okay, Holly, his dad. Okay, just heartbroken. But where does he take it? On back to dear old mom. Okay, mama always gonna let you back in. His mama's in the bed, look like she's doing a crossword puzzle or something, and he comes in with this look on his face, and she was like, what happened? And he was just like, you know, he had to go on and kill daddy. Okay, and she was just like, I told you, you're too trusting, but you did the right thing. Good riddance to bad rubbish. And lastly, we see Tamika rushing Angela to the situation room, okay, and Angela was like, I didn't see anything about any meetings. What's this about? Okay, well, when she goes in the room, she sees the team. Overly dedicated first chair, Donovan, the old New York Police Department detective over there. They all looking at her, and they say, you know what, we gonna arrest your ass for conspiracy, aiding and abetting. You working for the drug dealer. She was like, you guys don't have any proof. And they were like, we don't need no proof. We told you about our confidential informant. Okay, that was a test. And why is his ass dead today? So who did you tell about Teresi? Angela looking around like, wait a minute, I ain't tell nobody nothing. And Tamika was like, enough of that shit, Angela. We ain't got too much more patience for this. So what you gonna do is tell us everything you know, or else you going down. And Angela's looking around, okay, and everybody's looking at her like, we got your ass. And that's how it ends. But you guys know that Angela always gets out of things, okay? This is going to be no different. I don't see anything happening to Angela. She is too much of a principal character on the show. It's going to be a whole bunch of fallout, okay? A whole bunch of collateral damage, but Angela going to be fine, y'all. Next week is a hour and 15-minute finale, so we're going to have a lot to talk about, and I'm excited. It was a great episode. Alright, rock stars, that's it. I'm sweating. I got to turn the ear on, do Insecure. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.